Hello, everybody. All right, let's see. And all right. So that's enough of that. Let me check, make sure. I believe everything is correct. And then we can start, guys. How's that for exciting? So, all right. Actually, Elsie Dupsy, I'll be right back. Enough out of that. All right. So, Elsie Dupsy. Always lovely to see you here. So, this is called We the Revolution. You play as a tribunal judge during the French Revolution. And you have to survive and hopefully do some good while surviving. It's a really deep game. It's a really interesting game, I think. And it kind of hits a little bit too close to home these days, if you know what I mean. And I'm making Let's Plays out of it. Hopefully getting EMF up and running in the next week or two. Sometime this month, seriously. This time I actually mean it. So, you know, be all as interactive and stuff as you like, because that'll be awesome. I'll tell you when I start recording. I mean, obviously I'm streaming now, but I will be recording. All right. There are a lot of things I need to learn how to do, but whatever. Alright, so this is Let's Play number 2 for We the Revolution. Days 1 through 5 in the prologue, we kind of learned how to do a handful of things. Day 6, if you guys recall, we were assigned to judge Louis Capet, Citizen Capet, Louis the 16th. And we'll be doing this Let's Play while streaming, so I'll be answering. Elsie Dupsy, yes it has. Yes, this is, if memory serves, 3 or 4 months. Yeah, I'm no Casmont. I can actually grow a beard. Also, this is how much my hair has grown since the beginning of the pandemic. Whoa! What did you just say? What got you in trouble? Uh-oh. I'm uh-oh. I'm fiddling with new things. Did you all caps? I'm gonna stop the recording. I'm in mod view. I should be able to see it. Weird. Let me stop that. I don't see what you said. Oh, my bad. Let me see. I can't fix that. My bad. That's on me. So anyways, yes, 4 months because let me see when I shaved it. Oh, it's only gonna be 5 minutes. You'll be fine. March 17th. So April, May, June, July. Okay, almost 4 months. But now I have mod view open. So I'll be able to undo that next time. Here you go, Elsie. Check this out. Okay, Elsie, you back? We're gonna start the Let's Play over. Yeah, you should be back. Alright, so I'm going to start the Let's Play. Again. Alright. Where are we at in the stream? We are 10:43. Well, let's just call it 11 minutes. Why is Notepad taking forever to open? Anyways, how's the audio? The game is supposed to be quiet right now, for whatever that's worth. So anyways, Sicky Spot's here. Sicky Spot! That's online just now. Really, Sicky Spot? Be that way. Alright, whatever. Okay. I'm setting up no, so streaming notes starting at 12 minutes. All right. Okay. So, anyways, did you get the basic description of the game and all that? So this is Let's Play number 2 of Way of the Revolution. If you guys recall, we ended the first Let's Play by being told that we're going to try Citizen Capet, also known as the former Louis XVI. So, let's get into things. The revolution is pretty annoyed with us. The people, the people are neutral, and our reputation is pretty good. So, let's get into things. I predict what's going to happen, but we'll see. All right. Our family wants him to go to prison. The common folk and the revolutionaries want him to be guillotined. Let's take a look at hierarchy. Burrell, gone. Because we guillotined him. So he's dead. You know, that happens. All right. Let's take a look. We got a note from our little boy. Monsieur. Oh, Monsieur Pichard et moi. Yes, he's in jail now. Sorry, little boy. Alright, so, let's take a look. I got my notes open. Hopefully I'll remember. We'll see. Oh, wait a minute. Bring the audio back up. I'm learning. Okay, so. Let's see if I can remember the voices. Do we have any new people? Oh, we have quite a few new people. Raphael Clovy. He's a bruiser. We'll get to the bruisers in a minute because I believe we're about to see the next reveal of gameplay mechanics. So, Raphael Clovy, regular soldiers shun him due to his portliness. They were the main reason he became a court guard. He may not be the brightest, but he's loyal and follows orders without so much of a word as a word. And I believe everyone else. No, Jean-Marie Roland. Or Roland. Anybody in chat that knows French that wants to correct me, by all means. The Minister of Internal Affairs, thanks to his resourceful wife, who control. Oh, we've already done that. Roland, yeah. And Danton, we know him. I believe we know everybody. Oh, Bruno, your older brother. He's absent, yet the very mention of his name shakes the walls of your house. He was the firstborn, your father's pride and joy. He was chosen to inherit your father's business and use it as a foundation on which to expand your family's affluence. His crime changed everything, casting shame upon the family name. A few years after your father cast him out of your home, you received word that Bruno was killed on the battlefield, his body rotting with the thousands of others who died fighting for the Republic's freedom. Alright. Now, we have a new factor. The people outside. This is not quite the same as the common folk. This is a more immediate concern. Right now, they're calm. Okay. And yeah, our reputation's getting pretty good. Common folk are mediocre. Revolution really dislikes us. They don't hate us yet, but they really dislike us. Let's take a look at the crimes. Speech for the prosecution by Antoine Quitton. Alright, he's guilty of counter-revolution, treason, fraud, advocating monarchy, and neglect of duty. Compatriots, Citizen Capet, previously known as King Louis XVI of France, must be punished for conspiring against the people of France. Louis Capet tried to defend his absolute authority by plotting against the National Constituent Assembly and the people of France. We all remember July 1789. He gathered an army, 15 foreign regiments, and ordered them to surround Paris. Soldiers led by Baron de Bessenval were to capture deputies and shoot at citizens defending the reforms, and so they did. The Royal German Regiment drew first blood. After the failed plot, Louis Capet tried to flee the country with his family and scheme with foreign monarchs abroad. Is it not the reason he took flight from the Tuileries one night in June 1791 using someone else's passport? Was he not heading to Montmédy, where his loyal armies were stationed, ready to take him to Austria? If it were not for Postmaster Doré, this scheme could have ended tragically for all of us. Louis Capet will never abandon the thought of suppressing the revolution by force. Before the events of 1792, he gave orders for the Swiss Guard stationed in the Tuileries to be doubled. He conducted a public muster in front of horrified citizens. We had no choice. They had to act before Capet attacked. Citizens of Paris who tried to stop the madness were shot at, even after Capet's escape to the National Assembly. Evidence? An order issued by Marshal de Broglie to Baron de Bessenval. Okay, we've got a lot of stuff to unpack here. Let's take a look at the evidence. Okay, my lord, should any reason appear, shoot the rebels without hesitation, just as his majesty ordered. Have no mercy, for they shall have none either. V. F. de Broglie. Alright. Let's see what we have to... Oh, there's no report here. Okay. Interesting. Tinville doesn't care. Excuse me. Alright, let's get this started. Louis Capet, I hereby open your trial. Answer the questions when asked. And also, guys who haven't been here yet, who this is their first Let's Play, I do my best to do voices, consistent voices for the characters. There's a lot of characters. So, Capet is the name of one of my ancestors. My name is Louis Auguste de Bourbon. That may have been your name before you raised your hand against the people you had sworn to defend. As a king, I've never done a thing against my people. I love them and I still do. Objection. There's evidence of Louis Capet's treason against the people of France. He should be tried as a foreigner and an enemy, not a citizen of the Republic. Now, new game mechanics. Audience. Questioning the defendant will stir the impatient audience. Once angered, people may even start a riot. Now, here's the thing. I don't have any questions to answer. I can ignore Tinville. I could choose right now what to do. Whoa. Let's go ahead and unlock the questions. We have 10 questions. 10 pieces of evidence and 4 categories. Oh, goodness gracious. Witnesses. Postmaster Doré was a witness. Alright, we're done with witnesses. 9 questions. 3 mistakes allowed. Why is that one shiny? I don't know. Alright, anyways, 9 questions, 9 items of evidence, and 3 categories. So, suppressing the revolution is an accusation. So attempt to flee the country is gone. Okay, that's not. Okay, fake passport is method. Shooting civilians is method. Gathering armed forces is method. Doubling the size of the guard is... International plot's an accusation. Defending his authority is motive. Suppressing revolution is also motive. And We did 10 questions with no mistakes, everybody. We are amazing. Alright. We want the jury to want him dead. We're gonna kill him. We're gonna guillotine Louis the 16th because duh. Who helped you suppress the revolution? Frederick II? Francis II? Catherine II? Maybe your relative Charles II twice over? Justice awaits them as well. Nonsense. All of it. My only desire to take my family out of Paris, and I did not wish them to suffer house arrest. We all know the European monarchs despise our ideals of freedom, equality, and brotherhood. Am I to understand you tried to prepare a joint military intervention? I deny any such accusation. There's no evidence for such outrageous claims. By the way, how's audio? Let me know, please. Alright, okay, there we go. I think I read everything he said. Liar. He tells his own mother, never mind his own country. Alright. What did the accused plan to do with the constituents' deputies? Nothing. The assembly that I joined on 27th June 1789 granted immunity to its members, and I intended to respect that. And yet, you ordered your soldiers to seize and imprison the deputies, and perhaps even to execute them. Nonsense. There's no evidence of that. My enemies spread rumors to get rid of me. We don't need evidence against a coward who runs from his own people. Am I going Cookie Monster? Alright, we need to get the jury to want him dead, too. Because if you'll notice, the people are getting anxious. Hurry up, jury. Who was responsible? Wait, no, let's call Jean Doré. Call on the witness, Jean Doré. Please introduce yourself. Jean Doré, postmaster of Saint-Manahal, Monsieur le Juge. Oh no, what? Stupid jury. Did the accused, Louis Capet, introduce himself to the witness with his full name? Oh, that's a question. That's me saying it, not Tinville. Introduce himself to the witness with his full name? No, he only introduced himself at all. He only produced someone else's documents. So, he tried to hide his identity? You could say so. I used the name for the documents after he showed them to me. He never objected. Then how did you learn his true identity? By the image on the paper's assignation. Then a messenger from General Lafayette confirmed my suspicions. I ran as fast as I could to Paris to inform the authorities. Alright, now the jury wants jail. Stupid jury. Was the accused acting like a defector? Was he nervous or in a hurry? No. Citizen Capet was in no hurry. He even found time to jest. What about the Capets? That I did not know. Only King would leave the carriage. Capet. Citizen Capet, not the King. Judging by his clothes, I thought he was merely a townsman. Alright. Would the accused like to comment on this testimony? I do not see anything wrong with traveling in modest, comfortable clothing. It's even advisable for practical reasons. It would be advisable during an escape, especially if a monarchy were trying to sneak away. Has the accused ever considered... Oh, look, the jury's opinion went closer to execution. Has the accused ever considered Paris and its citizens to be his enemies? Absolutely not. I demand that you explain the question. How can you deny it? Hey, Judy, thank you. Thank you so much. I really greatly appreciate it. How can you deny it if you do not understand the question? Your armies surround Paris. Is that not what you do to your enemies? My soldiers were there only to ensure public order while the National Assembly was in session. Adequate forces were already present in Paris. Was that not enough? Alright, we have the jury on our side. And we already know what we're going to do. We've already passed a sentence on this guy. So the people are getting irritated. And if it goes too far, they will riot. We don't want to riot. So let's go ahead and sentence Citizen Capet to the... Oh, what just happened? Oh, we were about to pass sentence, but... Monsieur Le George, the crowd in front of the building is enraged. There may soon be a massacre. Oh, Judy, yeah. I'll talk about that between days. Rumor has spread about hidden evidence of Citizen Capet's treason. People have gone mad. Mad, I tell you. What evidence? I will go to them. I would ask them all to stay in your seats. I will ask you all to stay in your seats until I return. So we have to go outside and calm the crowd down before there's a massacre. And this is France in 1792, so...
People, what vexes you? Why are you so angry?
The king lied to us! That coward ran from us! He'll surely run from justice as well! We found proof of the king's treachery in his secret iron cabinet!
Alright, now because of our high reputation, we can already read the crowd pretty well. We have all but one of the attitudes. So let's talk to the crowd. They're withdrawn. We don't want to be too mean to them about it. Let's just be manipulative all around. Let's use our influence to figure the... Oh, withdrawn. Well, since we have 3 withdrawns, okay, it does vary, as you'll see. This isn't like something you can game completely. You can kind of sort of game it, but I don't find fun in that. I think let's end being forceful. So that is strong, and that is strong. That's good enough for me. So, yeah, the implication being that for a withdrawn attitude, you probably want to be manipulative or forceful or, aggressive. So let's swap one of them out.
Louis Capet is just flesh and blood, a citizen just like you. He cannot escape the long arm of the law.
They're irritated and it goes up to here. Let's see what happens. It helped a bit. Now, this one we already know is strong, but aggression might be perfect.
Any treachery committed against France will be punished with death. We shall examine new evidence, and if the rumors turn out to be true, I assure you that I shall behead this traitor myself.
Okay. So should we be aggressive or manipulative for the final bit? Let's be manipulative. Let's risk it.
Justice must return to our country and stay here for good. No one is more concerned about this matter than a judge of the tribunal.
Speaking of, not quite. They're still doubtful, but it's questionable success. That's okay. The plot of the game, by the way, Judy, is that you are a tribunal judge during the French Revolution. And it gets super deep and complex. Oh, my reputation went down. Hey, Yeller. Glad to see you. It is true. Evidence. Oh, it is true. Evidence of Capet's guilt has been found. Really? Would the defendant like to explain why he concealed his secure iron cabinet and the documents hidden within from the convention? I had nothing from the convention. No one asked me about the existence of such things. You kept correspondence well hidden under lock and key. It could only be retrieved with the assistance of a master locksmith. Any affluent Parisian has a lockable cabinet. I, for one, am keenly interested in locksmithing. Okay, so let's take a look at the new evidence. Deputies of the so-called National Assembly are to be carefully questioned. If any of them should display common sense and cease to support the Assembly, reward him with an extraordinarily high allowance and forward His Majesty's thanks. Oh, you can't do that. Also, we trust that with God's grace and help, His Majesty will soon arrive within the imperial borders for us to grant His Majesty as well as our beloved sister, that's Marie Antoinette, safety, and to potentially take the steps necessary to reestablish the natural European orders within the borders of France. His Imperial Majesty, the Holy Roman Emperor, King of Hungary, Bohemia, Croatia, Dalmatia, Slavonia, Galicia, Lodomeria, etc., Leopold II of Habsburg. Year of our Lord, 1791, 15th of May. And Your Grace, soon we will come to your Majesty's rescue. However, for the time being, I implore your Majesty to muster local troops that remain loyal. I shall issue a warning to your Majesty's subjects that any and all who dare raise a hand against your Majesty would suffer the direst of consequences. My armies await my orders to curb the tide of anarchy in your Majesty's country. Duke of Brunswick, Lunenburg, Charles William Ferdinand, year of our Lord 1792, 9th of June. Okay, so he's definitely corresponding with. And look, that didn't help very much at all, did it? Now we have to unlock a bunch more questions. So we have 6 questions, 5 items, 4 categories. Judy, this is the main. This part is, it's like a. Actually, most of the game is kind of like a puzzle game, at least this stuff. So, letter from the Emperor is evidence. Minister's order is evidence. Suppressing revolution is counter-revolution. Minister's order is also... No, attempted escape is course of events. Letter from the Duke is evidence. So therefore, Minister's order is method. We did it! Alright. Come on, stupid jury. You were already for killing him. But look, the common folk and the revolution and your family want to kill him. So, alright. Thanks for stopping by, Judy. I hope to see you again. Did the accused intend to lead the Emperor's forces to France? I certainly did not. Excuse me. In his letter, the Emperor was quite clear about his intentions to return order to France. I do not know the plans of Emperor Leopold, but I do know that I would never allow anyone to spill French blood. But you must admit that such an offer from an enemy government paints you in a fairly bad light, does it not? Dear God, it was merely personal correspondence from my brother-in-law, obviously. It is not personal when the letters exchanged are by rulers, and they deal in matters of national security. Alright, now we can kill him. Yes. Alright, I think that's what it was. I don't. I sentence Citizen Capet to death by guillotine. Take the convict away. Long live the people! Down with the tyrant! Yes! And look, the common folk love me. The revolution is now basically tolerant. So, we got 7 reputation. That's superb. We got 1 more influence points, which we'll probably loot or use during the execution.
Do they understand? Their excitement was stronger than the smell of the fresh wood the guillotine was made from. Do they know what's about to happen? Sheep that only now realize they used to have fangs and claws. One thought guides their clenched fists. To bow before the new, uncompromising idol with his shining steel crown. I too have felt their eyes on me, just like him. A silent assistant in this ritual of new faith. A random acolyte, scared, doubtful. Will not the old gods seek vengeance for this treachery? He abandoned them all too easily. I was unable to understand their screams. I only tasted the stench of their sweaty bodies. But I could hear one thing perfectly. Bring us the king.
Roy! Now this is going to be a biggie, everybody. We definitely... Oh, they're already intrigued. Alright, so they're ready to want this. They're bloodthirsty. And we only have one reveal to do. Okay, withdrawn, oversensitive. So oversensitive, you don't want to be aggressive, I think. So let's be humble, but aggressive with everything else. Perfect! Strong and perfect. Let's keep it. Let's just do what's green. Disorder shall be suppressed with the brutal strength of our truth. No turning back now. And now they're satisfied. Let's see if we can get them beyond satisfied. We are not only mourning the victim, but the convict's soul as well. We do not mistake our compassion for weakness. You have gained power in France. Now spill the blood of those who oppose the Republic. Oh yeah. I worked them up into a fervor of bloodlust. Reputation +4. Bam! Yeah! And I am an innocent man. I forgive my enemies. For the revolution! Yeah, you're dead, King. Alright, now we're back home. Time for some dinner. I must be dreaming. Is that the map you stole from Mugler's case? You stole evidence from the court? I did not steal it. Only found a use for it. It will be more useful in your room than in the dusty drawers of the court archives. Excuse me. After all, this is a map made by Turco and should be treated with respect. What a lovely explanation. Just a sec. Okay, that's enough. Alright. Consider it a gift. Now take it and try not to talk so much. You should be more concerned about the events with the king, because this whole situation just seems peculiar. As your superior, I should be the one judging Louis' case. I fail to understand why Jacques-Pierre asked for your assistance. Are you jealous? Of course I'm jealous. It is an important moment in history, and people will be reading about it for decades to come. Maybe more than decades. It seems that there will be trouble. I have a feeling someone is toying with my life, as though an unknown force were pushing me into utter chaos. Keep your eyes open. You come to the political world of the city from out of nowhere, and that means someone will have to step down to make room. Do you have to sound so defeated? My husband is a renowned person now. We should be happy about it. It is easier to shoot someone in the spotlight. Shut up, Matilda. Alright, look, everybody loves what happened. You should really love it. Okay, that's good. You? Okay, and you don't know better because you're just a little boy. Now we can spend time with the family. Evening stroll. We could work on getting out of his poor graces, and that would help with Frederick. The concerto, same thing. Reading together would annoy him more, and opening at a theater, we don't want to annoy him. Let's do viola. Oh my goodness. Concerto. Bernard needs to learn how to deal with stage fright if he wants to be a professional musician. You will have to endure an hour of racket. Shut up, Grandpa. Blah. And go... not quite enough. Okay, now we're even there. Go all the way up to... oh, not quite enough. Alright. Now, day 7, everybody. We'll be adding gameplay mechanics for a while, you'll see. The people shrugged the invisible burden off their backs. The streets seemed more peaceful. Even the windows at the courthouse were soon replaced. Dear Citizen Fidel, I am writing to congratulate you on becoming part of our country's history. Citizen Capet's trial is on everyone's lips, and I would like to discuss the important topic of appointing the new Commander-in-Chief of the National Guard who will replace Citizen Fidel, who you guillotined. It is my honest belief that I am the best candidate. Should you give your permission, I would like to pay you a visit this evening. Long live the Republic. Francois Handrol. Okay. Okay, everybody wants her killed. Great. Let's see what she did. Alright, Olivier Carrasco says treason, advocating monarchy, pedophilia, and financial fraud. Whew. In the dock sits the wife of the convicted citizen Louis Capet, Marie Antoinette. Oh boy. 38-year-old Austrian who came to France at the age of 19 to wed then 16-year-old Louis. Their marriage was political. It was supposed to tighten the alliance between Austria and France. Both Marie Antoinette and her late husband lacked the experience and knowledge required to rule a country. Their incompetence resulted in France being left in debt and the French in hunger and poverty. The former queen and her husband were incapable of restraining themselves from their profligate lifestyle. Yeah, if you don't know, look up Marie Antoinette. She did a whole lot more than say something about cake. Even when the price of bread became unapproachable for the common citizen. Marie Antoinette and Louis Capet tried to escape from the Tuileries Palace, where the Capets had been confined by the revolutionaries. The two intended to return to France with the neighboring armies, but they were caught before they could cross the border. Louis and Marie Antoinette were able to avoid lynching upon their return due to Antoine Barnet's protection. The famous orator interceded on their behalf, which made him a suspect. It is thought that Marie Antoinette ensnared him so as to use him for her political agenda. For many years, Marie Antoinette has been accused of acting against France's best interest, plunging the state's budget into a deep deficit, plotting against the revolution, and trying to rebuild the monarchy. The failures of France against Austria can be attributed to her treason. We suspect that she conveyed the French military secrets to her homeland, but we lack the evidence to support this claim. Citizens also accused of promiscuity. Moreover, there have been suggestions that she sexually harassed her 8-year-old son, Louis Char. Great. What questions do we know? Did she confess to any of that? Was it kind of... Yeah, we already know that. How did she waste her money? And Barney. Okay. Friends, lover, cousins. Or waste money, drunk, gamble, spend on lovers. Okay. Now we're prepared, everybody. And let's see what our relationship with... Okay, common folk love me. Revolution is annoyed. I have 3 influence points. Okay, let's go. Now you pay! Bear in mind that this is no common case. Your future depends on your sentence. Please introduce yourself. Excuse me? I could interpret that question as contempt of court. Maria Antonia Josefa Johanna von Osterlach, also known as Marie Antoinette of Austria or Marie Antoinette. However, I would prefer to be called the Queen. I will use the term the accused. Why not you Austrian whore? Clever. Let's see. Good. Ooh, and... Really? That's interesting. Okay. Let's get some questions, everybody. 8 questions, 7 things, 4 categories, 2 mistakes, no traps. So we want to ask about the restoration of monarchy's motive. No? Oh, counter-revolution. Okay. Shut up. Promiscuity to accusation? Are you serious? It's personality. That's an accusation. Oh my god! I broke the game. This is easily my worst day as a judge. Thankfully, we already know what we're going to do, but that doesn't help much. Does the accused see herself as an exemplary mother? I cannot answer that. I do not wish so. You should ask my son. Before we do, I would like to ask the defendant about the accusations regarding the indecent molestation of Louis Charles. No mother would dignify such atrocious accusations with a response. Summon the witness, the son of the accused, Master Louis Charles. Because he's not the accused, he's the son. Please introduce yourself. My name is Louis Charles. Do you know why you've been invited here? No, why? Did your mother ever do something that you felt was wrong? Such as? Things that would make you feel ashamed. And mother liked to hug me in front of everyone. It embarrassed me. Did she hug you often? Very often. Sometimes she would even come to my chamber at night just to hug me. Did you feel embarrassed then? No, because no one was watching. Oh! Did your mother mention to you the plan to escape Austria and abolish the Republic? No, neither mother nor father would mention that. Was Mr. Barnave a frequent guest? Yes, I like Mr. Barnave very much. He's always very nice and he brings me lots of toys. Recently he gave me this wooden guard. Were he and your mother doing anything you found strange? Mother once told me to respect him just like my father. Well, okay then. Wow, one question. Wow, okay. She's not going to confess. He was her lover. Let's just go straight with that. Is this going to be about money at all? Well, let's go ahead and ask. I must admit, you and Antoine Barnave are much alike. Has the accused ever suspected that he helped you for his own profit? I never even considered such a thing. Antoine is a good person who wanted to help. I am not one to judge him for his political views. The most important thing you shared was your hatred of France. Nonsense! We had to survive on bones while you were devouring meat! Alright, well, we're out of questions. She spent it on her lovers because, you know, she's a profligate. And she's gonna die. Because, you know, Marie Antoinette. I sentence the accused Marie Antoinette of Austria to the guillotine. The ancient regime should have been beheaded long ago. Huzzah! Justice served at last! Oh, bad job. Yikes. Tin Bull's like, I will not sign such a shoddy report. Be careful, this thing does not send you to the scaffolding. Yeah, okay. Although, look, we got a reputation bonus from the fact that the common folk love us so much. Yeah, we did terribly. Alright, let's go kill Marie Antoinette. Let's see. Alright, we know everything except... Let's click that. Okay. They're attached and bullheaded. Bullheaded, if you recall, should be aggressive. Attached... let's go with humble and careless. Okay, that's a terrible argument. But careless is a strong. So careless, and revolution. Bullheaded. The other one, I don't quite remember, but let's go with humble for there. So careless, humble. The convict was curious about the taste of crime. Now we shall give her just dessert. Goes from intrigued up to alright. Careless. Come, let the accused have a word with the guillotine. So casual. Careless means casual. Okay. Citizens, we must return to work so we may build our new France for the nation. Alright. They love me. Plus for a reputation. Did I step on you? That was completely unintentional. Have some cake, everybody. Yeah, you're dead. Look at their smiling faces. I got them all worked up into a pretty intense bloodlust. Now, remember that map? We'll get to that soon. Alright, let's see. What kind of voice should we do for that? We'll do nasal. We'll use the Louis the 16th voice because we won't be using that for him again. So, your wife just told me that if I seek the support of just people, I should look for them in your house. Yes, Citizen Mahendro. My husband will be more than happy to endorse your candidacy for the post of Commander-in-Chief. Why does this feel like a fait accompli? Please do not be angry at your wife. I'm sure she acted in good faith when she made those promises. How could anyone refuse to accept such a respectable officer? I'm certain my husband will acknowledge your merits, just as I already have. Undoubtedly. But how can I be so sure when there are so many other candidates? Well, I respect the other candidates. They are definitely decent people. However, I can offer you the most precious of all gifts, loyalty. Working together, we can greatly benefit each other. And maybe probably too, if there's an opportunity, but that's a side benefit, you see. Our family has a high regard for sincerity and loyalty, does it not, my dear? Moreover, we respect each other's boundaries. Do we not, my dear? At every turn. Shut up, Matilda. Yeah, those ugly rumors about you being an addict should be put to an end. Know that I never forget those who have done me a favor. Words, Citizen Henry. I'm certain no other candidate has asked for your endorsement. They do not think you are worthy of their friendship. But I, Francois Henriot, am different. And so are my words. I'm sure my husband has already noticed that. Thank you. Regardless of what the masses are yelling, Paris is only as strong as its united elites. I will not retract my wife's promises, but in the future, make sure that you come to me first. But of course. Shut up, Matilda. Okay, that goes up. That gets me out of the negative. Yes! That goes up. And he doesn't care. Playtime with the kids. Why does the mom hate playtime with the kids? Alright, reading together, even though Bernard, that's going to get us back negative with Bernard. There's nothing like sitting with family and a good book next to a warm fire, even though some may think it is dull. It goes up, so it's even, so he's going to be a whiny little brat. Barely. That goes up. Oh, that goes up a lot. And that goes up. Oh, come on. I'm almost across that line with the mom and the little boy. Decapitation has not lost its charm since the beginning of the revolution. A group of people were gathered in a Parisian street surrounding something on the floor. Your prestigious position allowed you to make your way to the center of the mob, only to find a man's severed head. What has caught everyone's attention was the head's facial expression. It was grinning. It was so unusual that the crowd stared, hypnotized, for no apparent reason other than the grinning head. You wonder if anyone had thought to ask about the rest of the corpse. A lone severed head should definitely cause curiosity, even if purely for scientific reasons. I wonder if it's the one that we cut off. And now you are staring alongside everyone else. Order the guard to get rid of the head. It'll cost us an influence point, yes. Is that yours? The smiling head was removed and the people dispersed. That's Paris. Common folk are annoyed, but my reputation went up. I can afford the common folk being annoyed. I don't care. Alright. Now, let's see what's next. Aha!
A Paris of a new era. Weak, vulnerable to attacks. Waiting for someone to reach for power. Waiting for someone who, once again, will take control of its soul. The pawns are now in play.
Pawns? You mean like chess? Oh, hey, Judy! I just saw your follow. Thank you so very much. Recent days have proven that Paris can win. That France can win. Turn that down a little. We managed to overcome your past. We? The vesting our last remaining tyrant of his power. Now it is time to rebuild, to create symbols that inspire future generations. That is why, during a gathering of the convention, several enterprising citizens proposed the construction of a statue to commemorate the revolutionary victory over injustice. You were given the honor of supervising the construction. There's no better candidate than the one who vanquished Louis Capet. You have an opportunity to leave yet another mark on Paris. So, sections of Paris. Each section can be controlled by you, by an enemy, or be neutral. Each section you take over provides you with one additional influence point. The chance of mission success is higher in your territory. Enemy agents can also take over your sections. Actions performed in enemy sections are less likely to be successful. Locked sections. Some sections are locked. Unlock them with any agent to carry out actions within them. To unlock a section, you have to scout it first. You can only unlock sections adjacent to ones that are already unlocked. So you have to explore the map, basically. Contiguously. Each section reacts to the situation of the game, causing the fervor of its residents to rise or fall. If their fervor becomes too intense, it could result in destructive riots. Send agents on missions, manage unruly crowds, and fight for influence over the city. Click an agent and choose the action you wish them to carry out. The bruiser is good at fighting, gaining reputation, and managing unruly crowds. The diplomat takes over sections, nurtures relationships with factions, and lowers fervor in sections. Weaker in duels against enemy agents, however. You can move your agents freely between your sections. Unfortunately, in hostile or neutral sections, they can only move one space per day. It'll end up being pretty obvious. So, all right. The people, that's us. So, let me make sure. Oh, no. Alright, we have Raphael Clovy, if you recall, and Jean-Louis David, if you remember him. We talked to him quite a bit. So let's go unlock this. See, right now he is unlocking and he is taking over a section. And this is our section. So, we have to build a monument. The more sections under your control, the faster the monument is constructed. Each subsequent stage of completion allows you to take over another building near the monument. Alright. So let's design the monument. as always, looking for input from you guys. Oh my God! Wait a minute. That's a lot. That's kind of like Motherland Calls in what's it called now? Volgograd, previously Stalingrad. I do love it. What is? I want to see the pedestal for Motherland Calls. Just as a plain old square? Plain old gigantic enormous square? Yep, okay. Let's do it. Buildings. Each building lets you perform a different kind of action. Take over the ones that support your playstyle. Okay. We have 0 points left. If we had 2 more points, we could spend more time with the family. Well, we don't have any points left. And we're done moving, and there are no intrigues. We'll do intrigues soon. But we have a rival in the city. We'll encounter and uncover him eventually. So let's move on to Act 1, Day 8.
A bloody beginning. A violent prologue announced by a flowing red curtain. The wrath of strangers made me sick to my stomach. Feet stirred dark puddles. The air tasted like iron. Their heads, someone cried. Anger hidden in the shadows. Thousands of cries from a single throat. Here was a beast with hundreds of claws and teeth. A kicked, abused, and physically wounded soul. Their heads, what a cold and urgent order. The beast's eyes showed a long-disguised bitterness, yesterday's envy. It has waited too long to show mercy now. Too long covering its ears while others laughed at its inadequacies and feebleness. The beast's bark was filled with 1,000 smiles of those who worship this bloody morning. The day when their enemies will perish. Their brothers.
All right. Day 8. We do have a bad relationship with our, father? Yeah, eldest son. So, yeah, he hates me. Whatever, shut up. We do need to improve our relationship with the revolution. Let's take a look at the hierarchy. It's Chloe, so... Murat! Nicknamed the Conscience of the Nation. He is the editor of the self-published newspaper, Friend of the People. Disliked by the Geraldine, tolerated as a necessary evil by the Jacobins, he can smell the dirt on a person's hand better than a trained pig smells truffles. He does not shy away from publishing denunciations brought to him by fellow convention members in an attempt to undermine the credibility of their political adversaries. So he's a gossip monger. Now, everybody wants the death penalty here. Let's see what's going on. Compiled by Nathan Desiraf. Treason and fraud. Okay. Anne Korf, 67, is a widow who currently owns an enormous fortune that she inherited from her late husband, Baron de Clichy. Okay. Before the revolution, she was one of Marie Antoinette's trusted courtiers. After the events in 1789, she cut ties with the court. However, she recently became a frequent guest at the Tuileries, where the Capets were being kept. She also took part in Count de Fersen's scheme to facilitate the escape of the monarch from the Tuileries. Following de Fersen's orders, de Korf supposedly bought a new carriage in her own name. The purchase of the Berline, carriage for 6 passengers, sufficient to carry the Capets from Paris, was made at Jean-Louis' workshop. The valet of the Baroness Gilbert testified that the carriage was delivered to the Count shortly before the escape. It's widely known that de Fersen himself, dressed as a coachman, drove the carriage as far as Vendée. Interestingly enough, when the monarchs were stopped in Varennes, Marie Antoinette had a newly issued passport under the name Anne de Corf. Oh, so de Corf gave Marie Antoinette her passport, allegedly, which she was using during the trip. The streets of Paris are humming with gossip. They say that Anne helped the Count not because of her sympathy towards the monarchs, but because of an affair they had in the past. And the elderly aristocrat's unquenchable desire. Evidence, a receipt produced by Jean-Louis. Let's take a look at the receipt. Dear Baroness, the custom Bernine carriage you ordered is ready. Your instructions have been attentively followed to the letter. Please pay the outstanding 70,000 francs through Doran. In faith, J.L. J.L. being Jean-Louis. Is he mentioned here? Ah, yeah, Jean-Louis' workshop. Okay. I have a prediction. But yeah, the crowd, the people are happy. Supporter of tyranny, excuse me, I didn't mean to say tyrant. Please introduce yourself. Baroness Anne de Corf. Anne de Corf, you say? Oh, excuse me? Anne de Corf, you have been accused of conspiring to facilitate the escape of the Capets from France. Do you plead guilty? Monsieur le Judge, there's been a simple misunderstanding. I had absolutely nothing to do with that. The evidence speaks against the accused. That is impossible. We'll find out. Oh my goodness. 7 questions, 1 mistake allowed. 7 items, 3 pieces of evidence. Okay, receipt is definitely evidence. New passport might be personality. 6-7-year-old widow is personality. Defendant's needs and urges is personality. New carriage is could be method or evidence. Frequent guest is evidence or personality. Trust courtier is almost definitely personality. All right. Good. We eliminated personality. Okay, so frequent guest, new carriage, new passport. Okay, that could be either. New carriage could be either. Frequent guest is probably new. Okay, new passport's method. New carriage method. Frequent guest method. We did it! No mistakes! Alright. Now, okay. What? Wait. Questions. Those are good questions. Was it counter-revolutionary? Yes, the accusation was. According to testimony, who was using the widow's vehicle? And where did the investigators find the passport? On Marie Antoinette. So we know that one already. Alright, wait. We need... Who was using the vehicle, and was it counter-revolutionary in nature? Okay. How many carriages are in the defendant's coach house? If I remember correctly, 3. We can't remember the last time we ate meat. And wait, how many carriages she owns? Then why would you order another carriage in Jean-Louis' workshop? Does a lonely widow really need a 4th carriage? That was a later question. Because my wealth allowed it, Monsieur le Juge. Since when is spending money on feminine caprices a crime? It is when the caprices serve Count de Fersen's conspiracy. We know he instructed you to buy it. Nonsense. I ordered it for my own trip to Montmédy. Liar. Why would a lonely woman need a carriage for as many as 6 passengers? Because a lonely woman wants to travel with company. There are still people I can invite. Excuse me. Or you could plan to help the royal family of exactly, 6 people in their escape? I am not the only person in the city who owns a Bernine carriage for 6 people, Monsieur le Juge. But the other owners are not plotting against the state. Perhaps not with the use of carriages. True, We're surrounded by serpents! Alright, they want jail now. What's the accused think of... Wait. Okay. Who was using your vehicle? Why would the accused visit the Capet in Tuileries? The visit was purely social. As an elderly person, I struggle with loneliness in Paris. That is the most strange, considering the accused severed relations with the royal court when the revolution began. I wish to see all people I met in Versailles before I die. Is that so wrong? Was it during the visit that you handled Marie Antoinette your passport? Absolutely not. There was a guard who would not look away even for a second. Those terrible people never left her side, the poor anguished woman. And yet, by some miracle, your passport still found its way to her. I had nothing to do with it. Yeah, you're gonna die. Okay. General Aldrich, that's my father's name. Okay, yes. Okay, who is using your stupid... Okay, people are still happy, so we can... Okay, fine. How's it possible that the defendant's passport was being held by Marie Antoinette? It was stolen from my apartment. Must have been Count de Fersen. Of course. You immediately reported the theft, right? I ordered my valet Gilbert to do it. How interesting that the Parisian police received no such claim. I do not know what to say. I have no idea why Gilbert did not follow my orders. And the citizen did not see that it was done? I am a rather busy person. Must have slipped my mind. These filthy aristocrats are really hard-working, aren't they? What does the accused think of the monarchy? I do not know much of politics, but I support the revolution, if that's what you're asking, Monsieur le Juge. Is that why you left the court? That is a completely different story, and I am not related to politics at all. What was it related to? I faced some baseless accusations of a small scandal involving me and a married general. Did the defendant, despite circumstances, maintain good relations with Citizen Capet's wife? Good enough to help her? I could only pray for her. At my age, one does not have enough strength for conspiracies. Alright, one more question. Could you describe the carriage you ordered from Jean-Louis? And I'm risking this. It was a luxurious Berliner, painted green and yellow. The Capets attempted to escape in a carriage that exactly matches that description. Where is the carriage now? I swear I had nothing to do with the escape of Louis and his wife from the Tuileries. Answer the question. I lent it to Count de Fersen, but I swear, on all that is sacred, I did not know the scoundrel's true intention. You think anyone will believe that? What did the accused think he was going to use it for? He said it would be used by the Swedish ambassador. Why should I have to disbelieve the Count? Okay, we got an answer. That's not quite correct, but still close enough. Alright, we don't believe her. And that's only partially because everybody wants her dead. Let's take a look. Prison will help a tiny bit. Death penalty will help a lot. Acquittal will hurt a ton. Guys, do we want to send her to prison or do we want to kill her? Let's think this over. Treason and fraud. It was the Count. She said it was the Count. And the Count was her contact. Let's take a look. Let's see. Um... Yeah, I think you guys are right. If we do prison, the revolution doesn't care either way. What's my family? My family doesn't care. That'll get us back over the reputation bonus. Alright, yeah, let's... Alright, let's ask this and then do what the jury wants. What is your relationship with Count de Fersen? Our friendship, Monsieur le Juge. Only friendship, Monsieur le Juge. At my age, I cannot expect anything more. Unfortunately. Was there something more in the past? Not as much as people at court would like to surmise. But you knew each other very well. You could say that, yes. I trusted him then. But now, because of him, I'm an elderly woman stuck in a prison cell. Alright. Prison it is. Because we believe that she may. We can't prove that she knew what was going on. And I want to save my influence points, and you'll see why momentarily. I sentence citizen on the court to prison. Lead the condemned out. What? Is there no justice? Oh, perfect. Awesome. All right. Okay, good enough. Yeah, we got one more influence point, so that's good. Oh God, we have to come up with another voice. My name is Jean-Marie Roland. My name should not be unknown to you. After all, you wiped your shoes on it during King Louis's trial. Citizen Capet, not king. King Louis Auguste Bourbon, Duc de Berry. Thanks to you flinging around half-truths and speculations, everyone is calling for my head, accusing me of corruption and treason, while you used our backs as a stepladder on your way up the social hierarchy. Corrupting politicians does not always work out. Danton does it. Maulaville does it, but they caught you. Or Maulaville tried to, but they caught you. Yeah, it happens. I probably will be dismissed from my station. I may even end up at the guillotine. But I will make sure your head rolls right after mine. You will be my comrade in misery. Threatening a judge of the tribunal is an even worse idea than supporting a despised king and corrupting politicians at the convention. I will get rid of your candidate for Captain of the Guard, and then I will go after you. It took me and my wife far too long to get where we are. I will not die because of some over-boozed maggot that likes to call himself a judge. You will see how we wage war in Paris' salons, you treacherous mongrel. Well, alright, why can't I just have him arrested for that? Goodness. Ooh, the whole family's together. Dear comrade, I heard news of Mr. Roland's unexpected visit. I have to confess that Roland knows something about me that he should not have. I am certain he is already weaving an intrigue against us. We have to start working on one against him. Francois Henriot. play something for me, son. I have work to do. As you wish, father. Well, that was easy. Alright. That's probably what I'll do. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, because that'll put us over the threshold with reputation and influence on the family, and that'll be good, as you'll see. So let's take your family for an evening stroll around Paris. It will let your father stretch his old bones a little, and it'll take him off. So that goes down. Oh my God, he hated it. That went almost back up to threshold. That went over threshold. Yay! That went over threshold. Yay! So we get a bonus. And because my little baby boy loves me so much, that makes everybody else happy. Alright. Look, we took over that section. And we scouted this section. This section has a bonus, which you'll see momentarily. Enemy agents. Your enemy agents will fight with your agents for territory. They can take over sections, or your sections, or neutral sections. When at least 2 hostile agents meet in one section, combat ensues. Remember that a diplomat has little chance against a brutal fighter. After a defeat in combat, your agent becomes injured. They can still move around, but are not able to perform any actions. Your main section is vital. It is literally why it is called your main section. The buildings here enable you to influence the rest of the game. Protect it at all costs. If you let it out of your grasp, you lose the game. So, he's a diplomat, he's a bruiser, so go beat him up. Alright, now we control this section and this section. So let's take this. Okay, we want this section. The revolutionaries currently own it. By the way, this gives us +2 influence. This gives us +2 construction of the monument. And as you can see, 10 days left until inspection. And +2 construction of the monument, that'll be 20% in 10 days. So we're going to be really close to getting it done in time. We probably won't unless we choose concentrate on construction. But for now, let's go ahead and take this over. Alright, now the next new gameplay mechanic, like I said, there's going to be quite a few gameplay elements. Intrigues. Remember, we still have 4 influence points. Our first intrigue. Jean-Marie Roland. The documents discovered in Capet's iron cabinet raise suspicions regarding Roland. The minister hates the tribunal for openly ridiculing him. Sorry. And he will not forgive you for it. His intelligent wife holds an even stronger grudge. So, if we get at least 2 successes, we'll win. If we get at least 4 successes, we'll get a bonus. So, perform actions correctly to fill a progress bar. If you carry out too few, you will lose. If you perform more than necessary, you will receive a bonus. That's a 40 phrase. Perform actions correctly to fill the progress bar. If you carry out too few, you will lose. If you perform more than necessary, you will receive a bonus. It's not carry out, it's succeed or fail. So, if we only do 1, it's a failed intrigue. If we do 2, or if we succeed at 2 or 3 things, it's successful. If we succeed at 4, 5, or 6 things, we super succeed. So, first we need to convince a witness. So far, there are only rumors that Roland destroyed the documents. If we find someone from his social circle to corroborate this, we would gain a powerful tool. We have a potential candidate. Philippe Coutet was among the people who opened Capet's iron cabinet. So, persuasion. For an action to be successful, you need to persuade the required number of people. You can also send your diplomat to do it for you. Remember, you can only do this while the block is active. So, let's go ahead and send a diplomat to do it. 70% chance. Or we could do it. Alright, here's the thing. Our reputation is high enough, I think we'll unlock. So let's go. Let's try it. It might cost us to Thank you for coming, Citizen Cote. How could I say no to a person who holds the lives of kings in the palm of his hand? I presume that our meeting is connected to Minister Roland. Exactly. I would like to talk about the incident with the Iron Cabinet. It is indeed rather ugly. The minister could lose his head because of it, although it is certainly nothing more than gossip. But what if the gossip suddenly turned into truth? Then things would certainly get nasty. Alright. Ooh, we already know. Oh, nice. We have 4 points. We could risk it. We know these two withdrawn, so like aggressive, I think. Bullheaded, we can be aggressive as well. Now, what will he get out of this? I'm going to guess manipulative. Let's we could spend 1 influence point. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Withdrawn. Oh, okay. So we could do aggressive all the way down, but the thing is, since we have 2 withdrawns, let's try the other thing that we know is at least good. So strong, strong, strong. Okay, hold on. If we swap these, they might be perfect. Or we could just do strong all the way across. Let's see where he starts out at. Doubtful. Let's swap them. I need Roland's head. His days are numbered anyway, so to ease the pain of Parisians and France, let's just accelerate this. Oh, that worked. Roland has his vices, but are they enough to justify my betrayal? That is what you ask of me. If the well-being of France is not enough for you, then let me just say, citizen, that if you help me, your chances of survival will increase, if you catch my drift. After all, someone could accuse you of complicity in Roland's crimes. That worked. Okay, good. Carrot and stick. We could be aggressive once more. Yeah, let's just stick with that. Mr. Roland's days are numbered. We only need a witness to those crimes, and you, citizens, shall reveal his crimes. Otherwise, you will be decapitated with him. Alright, I think it worked. I will help. Yes. Okay, good. I will help you and testify against him. Let us see where this leads. Hopefully, my head will stay on my neck, as you promised. No. I didn't promise quite that. I promised that you would lose your head if you didn't help. Not the same. But that made everybody happy. So, it worked. Now we have 1 success. So, we could spread rumors. Method of solution. Okay, some actions require you to make decisions about the tactics. Each decision will have a different chance of success. You'll have to figure it out. So, when Roland recognized the contents of the Iron Cabinet, he allegedly asked for a moment of privacy and was left alone with the evidence. In light of Citizen Capet being accused of conspiracy and the lack of evidence, we could try accusing the minister of destroying it. Cote confirming the sensational details would surely help. Either we could use force. Court guard Raphael Clovis, our bruiser, and our loyal subordinate, will have to talk some sense into a few heads so they realize how big of a threat Roland is. Or we could use diplomacy, send Jacques-Louis David, make a few casual remarks, and to unleash an avalanche. So let's go with diplomacy. 100% chance! We chose the right one. Okay, but that's our plan. That'll happen tomorrow. Alright. So we're done. And we still have 3 influence points. Let's go back. We can spend those influence points. Use them to spend more time with our family. So. Now our family has a slightly better view of us. That's day 8. I'm not going to tell you how many days or how many acts there are. But this is Act 1, Liberté, day 9. Let me see how far we are. Hour and a half? Okay, good. Oh, a bunch of stuff seemed to have happened. Oh, let's take a look at the hierarchy, everyone. Let's see. We got Henriel. An ambitious, though not overly hardworking officer, he is gifted with the impeccable political sense that allows him to associate only with the people who are on the way to the very top. He knows exactly who is worth pursuing and who is best forgotten. Since the outburst of the revolution, he has steadily climbed the career ladder with the sights set on the position of commander of the guard, as we know. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, the common folk worship us. The revolution is mildly annoyed. Our reputation is impeccable. Okay, we have good relations with the wife, which is +1 reputation. Good relation with the younger son. And son Jus is lying. During one of the regular disputes at the Café Procopé, the brazen Saint-Just demagogically suggested that all judges are corrupt relics of the ancient regime. Unfortunately, he chose you to use as an example again. So common folk are annoyed, and my reputation is down 1. So the cumulative effect, -1 with the common folk, because relations with the wife and rumors by Saint-Just cancel each other out. Alright, so the common folk want him acquitted, the revolution want him imprisoned, no one wants him put to death. Let's see what he did wrong. I'm sorry, but he's accused of. Compiled by Pierre Daquin. We have burglary, assault, theft, and destruction of property. Alright. Before the court stands Claude Garnier, a resident of Paris and a baker's apprentice, arrested for robbery. He led a group of people who broke into the house of citizen Dominique Fournier, a wealthy man. According to Fournier's testimony, the robbers insulted him and then began beating him. Okay. At the same time, Claude Garnier told his accomplices which expensive belongings should be taken, and the group left the battered Fournier lying on the floor. Many witnesses saw the whole incident. Fournier's servant was present during the events, while some passers-by looked through the windows. Garnier not only admitted to leading the group, but he actually boasted about it, calling it a revolutionary deed of which he was proud. He supposedly found out that Fournier is funding counter-revolutionary leaflets and decided to relieve him of his frauds. The accused would not reveal the source of the information. He handed the guards a lampoon of Robespierre, claiming that he had found a thick pile of them in the victim's house. Garnier claimed to have burned all but one, which he kept as evidence. When the guards arrested him, they noticed a gold signet ring on his finger that belonged to citizen Fournier. Garnier often takes a stand during the gatherings of Enragés, the Enraged. They're the predecessors of the Sans-Culottes, I believe, demanding that all wealthy people be hanged. In the year 1789, he took part in the storming of the Bastille. Now, about Dominique Fournier, he is a financier. It is a well-known fact he was a strong supporter of the finance minister Necker. I'm calling him Necker, I don't care. Right to the end of his career, we have established and confirmed with many people that he followed the Girondins, although he has not taken an active role in public life in recent years. It is also a fact that after the robbery, Fournier's house was thoroughly searched and no kind of revolutionary materials were found. Yes. No. Girondin, right? Where did it say? Oh, wait. The defendant. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't say. It does talk about Fournier. Although Okay, yeah, it doesn't say anything about the defendant, so. We need more people like Garnier. Please introduce yourself. My name is Claude Garnier. You are accused of breaking into the house of Citizen Fournier, whom you then brutally assaulted and robbed. I led an investigation of his house. Vive la Revolution! Good! Who gave you the right to represent the revolution? The people of Paris! Sure we did! Alright, shut up. 1 trap, 7 questions, 3 mistakes, 8 things, 5 categories. Okay, assaulting the victim is the only accusation I see. Okay. Break-in is... That might be evidence, that might be evidence. That's an accusation, I believe. Yes. What? Do we have I think freeing the Bastille prisoners is the trap. Financier is a motive? Oh, that's the trap. Okay, he's a witness. Finding leaflets is motive. That's evidence. The gold signet is evidence. The lampoon is alleged evidence. And the break-in is accusation. And freeing the vessel is extenuating circumstances. What does that have to do with anything? Calling the witness, the victim's servant, Gatien Calvet. Why did you not try to interrupt or defend the victim? Me? Yes. I only serve wine. What chance would I have against a group of thugs? Did they attack you as well? Fortunately, they did not. It is clear that their aim was the bourgeoisie and not the common folk. Did you call for help? I yelled, but no one came. Well, that was pointless. Alright, we got prison. Okay. You were found with the gold signet, citizen. I have reason to believe that it belonged to the victim. Am I right? I don't remember what the voice was for this guy. Oh well. Why do you keep calling him a victim? He's a rich traitor. The true victims are the people of France. You now know what we are talking about, and we will take care of him in due course. Now, about that signet ring. Ah, the signet. Isn't it nice? The swines got fat off of our hard work, and they refused to give us even a tiny part of their wealth. Not even the tiniest. Huzzah! What do you plan to do with it? Nothing. It looked nice on my finger. Much better than that of the pig. Signet was not the only thing you took, was it? I heard the house was stripped of everything precious. I was especially fond of those gold-plated candlesticks. Citizen Fournier was severely beaten. What, do I have any questions left? Okay. What group do you... Did you really take part in the storming of the Bastille? I did! What a hero! One of us! Was your experience helpful? The only thing missing was the lion's head raised on the pike. That's another difference. I wasn't arrested for doing it. Everyone knew that we were doing the right thing. The Bastille was a fortress. We're talking about breaking into the house of an unarmed man, and that is why we have our doubts. You mean unarmed royalist pig? Citizen Fournier was severely beaten. He could have avoided it, yes. I punched him once or twice, but only because he kept squealing like the pig that he is. Are you proud of yourself? He got what he deserved. Royalists are animals. He kept squealing when you were turning his place over. He's plotting against these Parisians, isn't that enough? We'll kill the whole. You were saying that the whole deed was supposed to serve the ideals of the revolution? Have Robespierre and or Danton ever encouraged their followers to become robbers? Not robbers, no. Soldiers of the revolution. I confiscated goods that were serving a rotten cause. If I weren't arrested, I'd have handed everything over to those authorities. You can trust me. You did not do so immediately after the robbery? I thought we had the right to celebrate avenging all the wrongs we had suffered. Every single one of them. What wrongs did you have in mind? My whole life I worked my fingers to the bone while Fournier and others like him were sat around getting fatter. Wise words, wealth for the people. Okay, why would you think the victim had anything to do with counter-revolutionary activity? Ask anyone on the street. They all knew about it. Only no one had any proof. We were tired of waiting. And we were tired of waiting. How did you know? How did they know? Did the rats talk to them? Well, they just knew. People always know what's going on. We always smell a filthy royalist. So you decided to find evidence of Fournier's guilt. Wherever someone's suspected of a crime, there's an investigation, no? We decided to do one. Do I understand correctly that you assaulted Citizen Fournier because of some rumors? Well, surely, George. Are you implying that Parisians are liars? I am the one who asks questions here, not you, idiot. The judge is on the side of the bourgeoisie. Alright, we're halfway to guillotine, so we've got enough space to ask a question we don't want to ask. After you were arrested, you handed the guards a slanderous leaflet about Citizen Robespierre. I found it in the pig's house. There were scores of them, and we burned them all in the street. Wonderful! You did not burn that one. I saved it, just in case. How can we be sure it belonged to Fournier? Where else would I find it? Tell us exactly where you found it. He had piles of those leaflets in recess there. Plotter! Scoom! Why did you not go to the guard with the leaflet at once? Why would I? With evidence like that, we could be sure the accused would meet the guillotine. He's right. You should have brought the leaflet to the guard, freaking idiot. So we're out of questions. Now, I'm confused. Which political group does the defendant sympathize with? What are the answers? Did it... Hold on, let me read. Oh, wait a minute. The one that I was talking about, the Sans-Culottes. The Enragé. That's where is it? We know about Fournier, but that's not what they're asking. Right? We're talking about Garnier. I am confused, but Let me look up Girondin real quick. I think it's just poorly phrased. So we're just gonna go with that. I mean, I'm certain about everything else. So let's go with that. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw him in prison. Alright, idiot. I sentence Citizen Cloud Garnier to prison. Leave the condemned out. What? Alright. Stupid common people. Alright. What is this, day 10? Oh god, it's only day 9. This agent, you ordered me to silence. It is done, but there's something you need to see for yourself. Okay, what now? Idiot. Why is everybody who works for me an idiot?
Do you want to show me a common dead body?
It's not just a dead body. Look at that necklace.
A fleur-de-lis.
There's more, hidden under his clothes. We found a message in the inner pocket of his cloak. It's an order. Someone told that man to build support for a mysterious R in the district.
Who is arrogant enough to take Louis' place?
Only aristocrats are powerful enough to secretly organize people like him.
R.
Even they would need help from someone in the convention.
Like Roland.
So who is R?
Robespierre, maybe? If he's allying with aristocrats, we must tell someone. Everyone.
It could be Minister Roland. As long as we are not sure, we would only create panic.
If that's the case, we'll have to hunt down other agents. This one won't be telling us anything.
We have no other choice. If this R is trying to gain support, you must do the same, for the greater good.
Alright, Whiskey Lullaby. The evening is warm, so you decide to take the long way home. Near the Café Chantilly, you spot an amusing scene. 2 drunkards fighting over a bottle of liquor, cursing the stable boys. The first is shorter and dressed like a disheveled officer's uniform. Dressed in a disheveled officer's uniform, excusez-moi. Possibly a colonel. The second fighter, although significantly taller, is just an ordinary street thug. You listen to the gibberish and tangled epithets, only to reach the conclusion that the bottle contains one last gulp of drink. Who cares? Okay, remember, Morel tried to break up a fight, and I ended up beheading him, so these guys are idiots. The taller drunkard won by finally mustering all of his strength. The officer landed face first in the mud, and the last sip of drink gently washed over the winner's tongues. Nothing else to see here. A bottle of something exquisite awaits you at home. Plus 2 reputation, thank you very much. I think my reputation is maxed out, though. Alright. They didn't care about what happened today. So we will support the construction of the statue, even though it will cost us. But I don't care. My family can bugger off unless there's something that. Oh, both. Okay. Okay, we'll use influence points if we have any to spend more time with family. But this will cause my relationship with both of them to go up, and these two are already maxed out or very close. So let's do that. Up. Okay, we're even. Up. We're almost even. Down a tiny bit. Yeah, and down an even smaller bit. Oh. Oh well. You're dead. Oh, we got a piece of someone who might be Roland. We'll see. Alright. Riots! Riots block agents, except the Bruiser, and prevent you from gaining influence points from the section. When not quelled, riots make a section neutral and can quickly spread. So, see now, we've only taken over 2. We control this one, but it's riotous. So, put down those riots. Excuse me if that was a bit loud. Let's take a look. This is barely. Okay, we're good. Let's go ahead and unlock this one. And we've got 6 influence points and an intrigue. So let's go ahead and do this intrigue. Oh, if you remember, that's a success because it's 100%. So we need to gain some support. We cannot linger and allow our enemy to regain strength. We need to use all the rumors and accusations at our disposal and work on the deputies of the conventions who will attack the minister during a session. So, let's see. Alright. Now, our reputation is maxed out. So, it'll probably be cheaper for us to convince them ourselves. Let's convince Marat and Denton. Thank you for coming. Alright, Marat. Now this is the bathtub dude, okay? So he's gonna have a horrible voice. The things I do for the judges of the tribunal. I would like to talk about Minister Roland. I see. I don't think we've done Marat before, so. Alright, oversensitive, and carefree. Carefree is probably careless. Oversensitive, manipulate, and we don't want to push him. So let's humble the manipulative. So strong, perfect, and strong. Okay, we could do manipulative for the first 2, and then what do you think? Humble, or let's just go with what we did. So manipulative. Does Roland really represent the people, or is he instead working to the benefits of Capet and his servants? You stepped on his toes and he made his own move in return. How does that benefit the state? In order to avoid punishment, Roland started a vendetta against me. By doing so, did he not declare war on the New Order? Yeah, fine, whatever. Let's see if we can push him over the top. When Roland is closer to the ancient regime, there are times when Roland is closer to the ancient regime than Louis was. If you want to be rid of the old order, now is your chance. The quick fall of Mr. Roland and his clever wife will make the Girondins feel the consequences. You can count on my help. We got Marat on our side. Common folk love Marat. You know what? Okay, the common folk. So, if we do Danton, that'll help us with the revolution, I believe. So let's see if that works out that way. Oh, let's find out. Carefree. So we went humble last time. Let's try that again. Attached. Attached. We don't want to be aggressive. So let's do that. Perfect. We did it perfect! And look, this is proof. See, attached, perfect. Attached, careless. I'm sorry, attached, manipulative, perfect. Attached, careless, perfect. It's not the same every time. These are guidelines. So let's do this. Let's just do what's green, baby. France is bleeding, and the people like Roland will not let it heal its wounds. On the contrary, they only make it deeper. Roland is a leech, but he is also a minister and a deputy chosen out by the people. Alright. In order to avoid punishment, Roland started a vendetta against me. By doing so, did he not declare war on the New Order? And finally, what would he get out of it? The Girondins often trip over their own feet. You only need to give them a gentle push. The dominance of the Jacobins would be a pleasant thing. It would make ruling over the country much easier, and France would get up off its knees. Fine, I will help. Thanks, Georges Danton. Revolution went up. There we go. I wonder what Grace Elliott's faction support would be, but we can't do it, so. Counterattacks. From time to time, your enemy may ruin your plans with a counterattack. In such cases, you may need to respond quickly and rationally. Henriot is abusing his family in order to defend himself against potential attacks from the convention. Roland revealed that Francois Henriot, who is running for Commander-in-Chief of the National Guard, is abusing his family. Those revelations are yet to be confirmed. Perhaps Roland will try to use this rumor to sabotage Henriot's candidacy. I'm leaning towards force, but diplomacy. Henriot had to show himself with his family to demonstrate his happiness. Or it would be best to find those who spread these rumors and get rid of them. Okay, so we need... Okay, Francois Henriot is our candidate for Commander-in-Chief of the National Guard. And Roland, our enemy, is trying to sabotage Henriot by spreading rumors. So let's get rid of the people spreading the rumors. 60% chance? That's not good. We'll find out tomorrow if that worked. Alright, we're good here. Unlocking there. Alright, end the day. Act 1, Liberté. Day 10. This is almost something going to be the end of the stream, guys. Because my voice, my throat's getting a little bit scratched. Okay, what is Robespierre's voice going to be? Really? Paris should be grateful for having such a fierce defender of justice in you. Should we, the deputies of the National Convention, be scared for our positions? Long live the Republic, Robespierre. I don't know if I want to stick with that for Robespierre. We got time. Something tells me Robespierre will be around for a little while. Okay, we've got a split audience here. Our family and the Revolution want this guy acquitted. The aristocrats and the common folk want him guillotined. So, pour papa, la tigre. So, check this out. We have a new faction to get a headache over. The aristocrats. So now we have the common folk, who absolutely love us, the revolution, who kind of like us, and the aristocrats, who kind of dislike us. And the people are happy. So let's see what this idiot did. Compiled by Charles Etienne. Late in the evening, in one of the dark alleys near the Pantheon, a National Guard patrol stopped a fight between two elegant men. When the soldier approached the attackers, they saw one of them, elderly and gray-bearded, was standing over his fallen opponent, shouting and angrily kicking him. 3 strong soldiers were involved in detaining the brawlers, and they were forced to use their rifle butts. The 2 ragged and bleeding men were taken to the nearest stations where the officers there judged by the breath that neither of them had been drinking wine that evening. What about beer? Excuse me. The aggressor was immediately interrogated, but he'd only babble incomprehensibly. The lieutenant was able to note only 2 words, dictionary and plagiarism. When, sorry, hold on, getting messages. What is going on? Okay. People, I swear. Okay, when later asked to repeat his statement, the gray-bearded man said he was robbed. The Beatons man's name is Leonard Pomeroy. He's alive. He was not able to talk to people for some time due to his broken jaw. So, who's this dude? Please introduce yourself. Professor Hugo Trottier, a former lecturer of the now-closed Sorbonne, a true university before the Revolution. Please explain why you assaulted that man. We are both lexicographers. However, I have been working on my text for over 15 years, while he is a bungler, which is a word for someone who makes mistakes due to their own incompetence. What does that have to do with the assault? The victim, as you call him, is an ignoramus and a thief. He copied dozens of entries from my dictionary and then bluntly denied doing so in front of witnesses. Why did you not report this to the guard? I paid them a visit, but they showed nothing but complete disregard, which is a word, for we know what disregard means. We are the judiciary. Trust me, we know this. So, idiot. Oh, 4 questions. 1 trap, 1 mistake. 5 items, 3 categories. So, oops. Alright, the brawl is not motive or insinuates, it's also a course of events. The brawl resulted in ragged clothes and blood. Dictionary is the motive. Theft? No, wine is evidence, but evidence isn't a thing, so, and why is that? I thought that theft would be motive, but okay. Okay, all the questions lead. Well, okay. What's? Was it kind of? No, I don't think it was kind of revolution, was it? I mean, come on. What did he want? Probably apologies, but we don't know. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, you are both men of science. How can cultured people behave in such a way? Monsieur le juge, do you know the term crime passionnel? It means to commit a crime under a sudden, strong impulse while being in a state of high agitation. When a crime is committed in the state, one feels a sudden and unbearable aggression. And what caused your crime passionnel? Plagiarism, the act of wrongful appropriation of one's work, and its publication, excusez-moi, it is the act of wrongful appropriation of a person's work, and its publication under one's own name. Trust me, no mistakes are made after rough drafts and proofreading and editing. Plagiarism should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Perhaps, but we are not currently prosecuting. We are currently prosecuting the assault you committed. It's another reason why the stream's gonna be over soon, guys. Because, yeah. And I admit it. You hear that? He publicly battered a man in the midst to it. So, yes. Let me see what the... Okay. Aristocracy has been revealed. We knew who it was all along. From now on, you must nurture relations with another political group operating within Paris. Okay, death penalty is going to be really rough. Prison... I don't know, prison might work. Acquittal, terrible. Probably prison. So let's just ask all the questions. What did he steal from you? Pomeroy copied the entire S section from my dictionary into his own book. How can you be so sure? You need but look for the entry Saturion, an alloy consisting of copper, zinc, and gold, used by ancient Romans to produce coins. Was that true? It was a hoax. which meant a falsehood, deliberately pretending to be the truth. There's no such thing as Tertullian. I made it up so that I should know if someone ever mindlessly copied my dictionary. There's actually map makers do that a lot, but that's a whole other discussion. Are you not misleading your own readers? Oh, of course not. Nobody would look for that entry as I made it up. What if they're just reading it? Investigators mentioned the reports that you... on your clothes, but at the moment of your arrest, Citizen Pomeroy was not trying to defend himself. It was a brawl, which means a fist fight between at least two people who are both attacker and victim. Are you implying that you were hurt too? Of course, but I knocked down Pomeroy, the walking failure that he is, before he was able to do the same to me. So it was you who accosted him on the street. Exactly. I demanded his apology. And when he refused, you punched him? Surely he started it. Now he talks nonsense about a flight. He started it, stealing from me. Alright, he wants an apology. Excuse me, please? Alright, citizens people don't care about this, so they're still happy. So let's ask, were you drinking alcohol on the day of your assault? Of course not. I rarely drank. So was not a brawl caused by inebriation? We met by accident. I demanded that Pomeroy buy a column in a newspaper and admit to plagiarizing my dictionary. And I assume Citizen Pomeroy did not agree with that? Of course not. He is a petty person, a revolutionary barker. People like that never admit to their mistakes. Whoa! Revolutionary barker? Was that meant to insult the revolutionaries? Not all of them, only the thieves. Lower your voice. So you find that objected to be insulting? I think we know everything we need to know about your political views. Alright, yeah. We can send them to prison. That'll put us over the top with people. And we're even with everybody else. People love us and everybody else will be neutral. Alright, guys. For the assault on Citizen Pomeroy, I sentence you to prison. Prison being a word for building which houses those found guilty of crimes for an extended period of time. Guards, lead the condemned out. Justice prevails. Serves him right, that fast on wobble bottom. Ooh, perfect! Alright, good. Net positive for the day, I do believe. The only people who are annoyed are the revolutionaries. Alright, Aldrich's annoyed. Okay, is everybody seriously going to be annoyed by this? I hate my family so much. Okay, nothing is going to get everybody back up, but playtime with children might not be a bad idea. No, tomorrow we can work on our family, I think, in court. So we're going to work on the construction, and that's going to annoy everybody. He's almost at threshold, he'll be below threshold, and these two will be below threshold, back in the neutral. That's fine. Stupid family. Yeah, Revolution's kind of annoyed with me, but only kind of annoyed. Who dat? Support construction of the statue. Everyone working to make it harder. And to see my family help you. Okay. I want to save 2 points, so we'll try to save 2 points. However, we're also one intrigue short of a bonus, so let's expose the minister's wife. Okay, we failed at... your agent did not manage to identify the source of the rumors. He most certainly was not the man for the job. Yeah, shut up, we know. So, Madame Roland is the true head of the family. She is incredibly ambitious and skillfully maneuvers her husband's career, pushing him onward to the more prestigious positions. I doubt that the minister made a single important decision without discussing with her first. The so-called political salon held by her turned out to be an exclusive brothel in disguise. We must attack. Cut them off from their income, from their information. Either the wives of the convention deputies will learn the nature of that political salon their husbands tend to frequent. Then they will force you to make sure Roland's brothel is closed for good, or Henriel's guard turn it upside down. Hold on, sorry. Alright, so what should we do? I'm kind of thinking wives of convention deputies would be the best idea. Let me know if you got... Well, see, no. Hold on. That's fair. That's fair. He failed, so we could use him again. Yeah, let's use him again. 70%, that's better. Documents discovered in campaigns on cabinet races. Okay, yeah, we already know about that. Okay. Could facilitate persuasions. The persuaded character. No, I don't care about that. Alright. Let's see. It'd be nice if we could do more. Okay, now, because we did concentrate, it's at 5% per day. That's with concentration. Now we have 2 more points, but we can't use them. So, let's call it the end of the day. Alright, Act 1, Liberté, Day 11. My throat is getting a little bit scratched, so I'm going to call it a stream. Thank you, everybody. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for hanging. And I'll see you next time.